Welcome to Fansided Fantasy's starting five for this Thursday, October 27th, highlighting the 5 players you need to know for DFS fantasy basketball from tonight's 4-game slate. We start out west with Blake Griffin and the LA Clippers, who are one of 4 teams starting their season tonight. Griffin will match up against the Blazers, who he averaged 22 points, 7.5 rebounds, and 6.5 assists against. Look for him to get off to a hot start tonight. Another team tipping off their season tonight is the Atlanta Hawks, who tip off their first season with Dennis Schroder as their full-time point guard. He takes over for the departed Jeff Teague and just got a nice new contract. He'll start tonight's game against the Wizards, and look for him to put up a well-balanced line in over 30 minutes. Our third option for tonight comes from the Wizards and Markieff Morris. Morris should play 30-plus minutes as well, especially since the Wizards are banged up front as they open against the Hawks. Morris could play minutes at center as well as at power forward. Look for him to get a good amount of rebounds and defensive numbers while putting in 15 to 20 points. The Celtics are one of 2 teams playing on back-to-back nights, but don't be afraid to use Avery Bradley, who started strong last night, scoring 17 points to go with 9 rebounds, 5 assists, and a steal. He'll be a multi-category threat tonight as the Celtics travel to Chicago. The final pick in our starting 5 is Jonathan Simmons from the San Antonio Spurs. Simmons came off the bench and exploded for 20 points to go with 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and a block in 28 minutes against the Warriors on Tuesday. Whether you decide to count on Simmons or not, it's important that you're at least aware that he's a cheap player that a lot of people are going to use as the Spurs take on the Kings tonight. That wraps up our Fansided Fantasy starting 5 for this Thursday. For more fantasy basketball coverage, including full lineups for tonight, check out fansided.com/fantasy-basketball. That's fansided.com/fantasy-basketball.